Silas for
Is that
Cargilly.
Silas mid Cargilly?
Okay, I'm here for this. Cargilly
The
has
shackles
some...
are off, man.
Wait, unless, and hear me out for a second. Is Judgy playing Silas support?
No. You don't play Silas support into Maokai Karthus. There's no way you are.
Is Judgy... Okay, no, he's not.
Person that's like low elo on Silas that doesn't think like me.
Like me as
no,
well.
no disrespect to Kage, but we get 6, we get another 6, and we go. As my client's doing the thing where it takes forever to load in again. As the stream, you're ahead of us right now. So I'm going to be casting looking at Twitch for a stream.
Oh god, does that mean I need to like speed up Twitch to get my
That's
thing?
YouTube. You can do that on. We're not
Ladies
even
and
in game
gentlemen,
yet.
welcome
Production.
to episode 6 of the Enix Eris podcast. While we fix these technical issues.
I mean, stream get to see the game without cast right now.
True. I mean, it's not like there's too much happening. Or maybe there is. Playback.
I think there is a nice.
Are we casting off Twitch for the time being then, Eris? Or what?
I don't know how far we'll be behind.
I mean, 45 seconds.
Oh, hold up. My client's now not responding. We wait. It does this sometimes, and then it will load into the game. We're in. Okay, we'll catch up with you guys.
Just give us one moment. Okay, MDib is inside the enemy jungle with.
Yeah, as we jumped in there, MDib was space gliding away. Yeah,
nice.
we are.
Mystic shots though from Nuts into the back of the retreating bot lane.
I just realized what skin Nuts is using, and Dabus is gonna lose his mind.
Oh, it's Pulsar, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the worst one. But every Ezreal says the skin's the worst.
Yeah.
And Time Gear taking a lot of damage, or Vince taking a big chunk. But I guess your Karthus, you're trying to maximize your passive, right?
I mean, we do know Vince does have a tendency to spend a lot of time playing Grey Screen Simulator.
Yeah, I swear he just hit like 5 Qs in a row, by the way.
Oh, I think he's got like 80% hit rate so far, but he's taking a lot of damage in return.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the issue for this bot lane. Obviously, Karthus just wants to farm. Doesn't really care about fighting. They get the level 2 advantage early, but it's not going to lead to much. And like Seraphine and Ezreal can just poke out the Maokai and the Karthus consistently. It's just a very awkward situation to be in. As the lethal tempo is on Rack, so I believe he's going the AD. I think he's like a off tank bruiser build, so like kind of. Yeah, Vince might. He doesn't have. He's not running the TP as well, so he's probably got to recall here and just sack off whatever he could do. And that's gonna mess up the bot lane. That's gonna mess up the bot lane tempo.
Yeah, that's not a great start for the playback bot lane. Yusuf just chilling, throwing out that cheese wheel.
A Moroccan workhorse.
Throwing out that cheese wheel, looking for a little bit of poke. But yeah, this is gonna be. I mean, this is gonna be a rough lane as we see Cargilly diving forward. Okay, he's doing it.
Judgy is bullying.
Yeah, this bot lane doesn't look fun for playback.
Yeah, it's just good. That's just how this bot lane's gonna go, I think, for the early stages until they can get Lost Chapter in and they get some more items down them.
Yeah,
both junglers pathing bot side here. We could see the little scuffle for this bot scuttle.
I like this like early cheetah recall from Odyssey as well. Picking up the tier for Nuts, get that one stacking early and at Judgy with an Amp Tome just helps that poke stick a little bit more. Not that they were having any problems with the damage coming through from Seraphine, but he's just going to hit a little bit harder. Maybe force the Karthus and the Maokai out of lane.
It's going to be a gank. It's going to be a gank mid here. Yeah, Cargilly's like pretending to be topside, like saying, "Oh, my jungle is this side of the lane," but like Dusk saw the Graves bot side.
I like it from Cargilly though. He has the ward on the top side. He knows that there is not a Graves stood in his topside bush. As we're going to see an engage on bot lane, Judgy Rocks is under fire. Vins has the Defile running, laying waste to the Seraphine's health bar. But Judgy going to be able to walk away now. MDib has the aggression turned on him, but no kill going to fall.
Yeah, I think that's they traded Ignite for Exhaust and an Exhaust. So it's two combat summoners for one combat summoner, which is an okay trade. They're trying to get the flash. But the reason they took that was you see Vince was slow stacking a wave, so he had like a bunch of minions, so it would make it harder for Nuts to fire any Qs through, which you saw at the end there. Like, obviously M did a lot of damage, but at the same time, Nuts couldn't finish him off because there's a bunch of minions in his face, and you can't really hit skill shots through the wave on Ezreal.
No, unfortunately, Mystic Shot does hit minions, so you can't fire that one through the waves. It's not like the old Essence Flux, where you could do as much damage as you want through the wave, unfortunately. But a relatively, other than that one fight in the bot lane, relatively passive, relatively quiet early game.
Yeah, early 5 minutes, teams just kind of brought about. And I think early game, that's what we're going to be looking for. That's what we're going to see. So we're going to look around those for half items, like lost chapters coming in, like those kind of items. We're going to see those when those breakpoints come in. They'll probably feel a bit more
Level
confident
6s.
in going forward. Level 6s as well, yeah. Level 6 would be pretty big. It's the early the Drake being taken here by Hawksbill, and yeah, he's got full priority in bot lane. He's got priority in all 3 lanes actually.
Yeah, must be a very, very nice feeling for a jungler. Yusuf dings that level 6. Not going to throw it all in on to Rack. Doesn't want to go under the Shyvana's tower. But level 6 is starting to come through. So action could get interesting. We're going to see Rack actually diving forward. The Unstoppable Force carrying the Malphite away. Knows his job is just to survive as his jungler secures the dragon.
Yeah, he knows he's dead there because of the health gain from Rack. Rack also popped the ghost straight away. So I don't think Yusuf is losing much there. Level 6 first. Okay.
Yeah, Vin's dropping very low. Judgy gonna look to finish this one. Can he find it on the backside? Just about with the beat drop. Finding the Karthus.
Support role is so broken, man. Yeah. What the hell? Also, Dusk covering there, really good from him, just in case anything did happen, because he knows the enemy jungler was on that Drake. And I don't think he knew he was there, because you see the vision on that boss side from PlayBack, and I'm sure he just came through the lane, so it's pretty big for them. Also, the first blood on the Seraphine is not terrible. Gets her rolling a bit earlier, but they're recalling really late here.
Return.
And this.
Oh, Hawksbill in the area, dodging away from the root is MDib and Judgy will full kill going to be donated over to Karthus? No. Hawksbill says no. Vins, I am not letting you decide not to win this game. Give me the gold. Give me the game. As we're going to see a lot of trading top lane. Yusuf under threat. The Dragon Descent nearly available. Not going to come through. Oh, it is going to come through. Dives onto the Malphite. Yusuf not long for this world, but a flash going to save his life.
Yeah, and that's just how this lane's going to go in that top lane now. If the lane's in the middle and Rack can just constantly trade and cause a lot of havoc, and it's just on Yusuf just to survive, just slow Rack down. But I think Yusuf could be dead here.
Very well might be. I don't know why Rack backed off there. I think one's auto attack, not even a Q. And he secures the bag, but gonna just go for tower plates instead, taking away 2 of those.
This is worse for Yusuf. Not recalling and resetting, because obviously, like, he needs to get his health back up, and like he has 6, so I think what he's looking for is a suicide kill onto Rack.
Or for his jungler to come up, as we are seeing Hawksbill now going hunting for a dragon. Rack, though, already far enough back. The dash forward's not going to be enough. Hawksbill does a decent chunk, but
I don't think that's worth it all. And Sleepy Twin, why we just caught out here as well. Oh, God, Gillian, no, unlucky.
So we talked about the Trundle being able to interrupt the Aurelion Soul in the draft, and that is an example of how it can work very unfortunately, where the pillar comes down before the Aesol enters flight.
It's not if Aesol enters flight, it's more the fact that
guys are descending on Cargilly's head. Emdib has roamed up, and then
this could be a big Malco.
It's gonna be enough to keep him alive. Aesol now turned on, but not gonna fall because of the E. Subjugate. Ticking. No, he's fine.
Oh, it's just fractions. Vince is getting destroyed in his bot lane. That's a massive wave he's losing, by the way.
I mean, at least he gets the XP.
Yeah, he can't. Oh, no!
Okay, now he's losing it. Now it's really bad. Yeah, MDib gonna collect that wave, collect some of that gold and all of the XP. and is going to take a couple of skill shots to their face while he's at it. Odyssey playing this bot lane really well. Really well.
Odyssey playing this bot lane really well, but one thing I wanted to bring it back to was that point about the Trundle Pillar. I think the Trundle Pillar is fine there. It's just the fact that Silas misses E, so which would have cancelled the take flight by the flyaway ability from Aurelion Sol, and you see it again, but later on, it's just really unfortunate for ODY there. They couldn't secure that kill onto the A-Soul through the Trundle, because Trundle just flashed the gap close. And like top lane, I mean, I don't even want to talk about what happened up there. I don't know what Hawkswell was doing that flash. It was just a bit, what you doing?
Wait, he flashed?
Yeah, he flashed.
I didn't even see the flash. I just saw the dash. I thought, yeah, okay, that is a bit.
And the whole time where this has all been happening, Rack solo took the Herald.
Yeah, okay. Shyvana doing Shyvana things. As Vins takes another massive chunk from Nuts.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Yusuf is not actually allowed to play right now.
I think is that 4 plates over to the Shyvana now?
It's going to be nearly the whole tower. Only about half a plate.
He's got 3 minutes to get one more plate. And yeah, I know the plate is next, but like Shyvana takes turrets. He has demolished for sure, and like this is not looking good for PlayBack this early game. Like, yeah, the gold lead's only 2k. You have Aurelion Sol that can do a lot, but like when Ezreal, the champion, you don't have any real point and click to go on other than Maokai, is this far into this ahead in the game. I'm not sure about the Essence Reaver.
Yeah, the sky is sent, but Did he flash? Yeah, he must have flashed himself away.
Just going to talk about the Ezreal, but I'm not sure about the Essence Reaver. I probably would have preferred to see Triforce here, but...
Well, maybe Nuts knows something that we don't. As we are going to see a dragon contested again. Wall of Pain comes down onto Dusk. Trundle is isolated and taken away. No smite for Odyssey. We have seen a teleport come through from Rack, the Shyvana, in the bot lane with his team. Karthus ult stolen by Cargilly, so the Requiem can be called. And PlayBack giving over this dragon, sending Yusuf back to top lane, and giving Rack some tank stats.
I do like that from Cargilly. It slows down the recalls with the Karthus ult. Just stunts them just for a slight second. Obviously, they can get back to the lane pretty fine. But I'm not really sure about that from Dusk. Dusk just kind of walking in solo without his team there. He's just dead to rights. And like, if you want to lose the game, that's how you're going to lose it. But PlayBack not playing with confidence. I assume that they just didn't have. I think they didn't have the Maokai or the Aurelion Sol ult to follow up after the next part of the fight, and Rack did TP down. So I guess they were respecting it.
In trouble. No, the slow from the cheese wheel is enough. Throws up the cool Ramus and is going to be fine. Has his jungler in the area. Vins is not allowed to move, and now is in the grey screen. MDib trying to find something, allowing for the lay wastes to come through, but has just given his life. Rack gonna fall though in the top lane to Hawksbill. Killing spree for the Graves. So the shining light for PlayBack once again is their jungle.
What happened there, top lane? Why was Rack dead?
Yeah, I think he tried to dive Yusuf and then Hawksbill appeared.
He did also get Karthus sorted. He also did get Karthus sorted across the map. So that might have helped him there.
Yeah, that's it.
I was very unsure about what MDib was doing there with the flash forward. I know Karthus, but he don't have the damage to kill them right now, guys. But yeah, Vin's just someone cue the copy as Dusk. I think you're just dead. They could be out.
Oh, Blast Cone carries him over, but the skies again descend and the big slow field goes out, and yeah, that's a dead Trundle.
But that's a Malphite TP expended for one person that doesn't really lead into any objectives, and Rack has a massive wave stack in top lane. He can just run up there and take that tower. It was like one hitters.
Oh, MDib and Judgy.
Supporter combat is now here, and they're just gonna shake hands and leave. And there you go. This Rack taking out top tower. Rack's gonna sit in that sideline.
He does get all 5 plates.
He gets all 5 plates. He's got his Shojin. He's probably gonna build Hullbreaker, and your base will be in trouble then. I guess they will need to pull out some more cross-map plays like they did earlier. I don't know how he died top lane. Very confused how he got to that situation.
Yeah.
Hawksbill.
This will be a very good test of the PlayBack macro, though, of how they can deal with this very, very fed split push.
Yeah, and you don't really have. maybe the Aurelion Soul can match. Malphite can't match. Malphite
No.
will just slowly lose. Like the attrition here. Again, Yusuf will just have to keep baiting Rack into fighting him, with Hawksbill just shadowing. But I think Rack knows like it's too obvious. Why is the Malphite trading me now? He wasn't trading with me like 2 seconds ago.
Rundle, though, is shadowing, so Rack may take the bait on the next attempt from Yusuf. This is going to be an interesting 2v2 to watch as Hawksbill in. Pillar goes through, not going to trap the Graves off, though, as the Trundle diving forward chomps down onto the Graves, who's going to return with a volley of his own. There goes the smoke screen, but no further damage.
Here comes a new challenger.
Yeah, a new challenger doth approach as the
steal the
Unstoppable
Malphite
Force.
here.
Yeah, the Unstoppable Force could be available for both teams. Yusuf diving around the back, going to charge onto Rack, but the Unstoppable
Kargili
turning around onto Yusuf. Kargili finds one, finds a second for Odyssey as well, as the Aurelion Soul just too late to the party.
And the reaction from Rack, the Malphite all one way, and the Shyvana went the other way to dodge it. And then Kargili immediately steals the Malphite and just sends it on too. And I don't know what you're doing there from PlayBack, really. Like, okay, you're trying to bait the play, and then, okay, they show up with 2, cool, just handshake and leave. But they decided to just stay around. And the longer you stay around, the worse the situation gets, because your bot lane is just losing. They're 4k gold down right now. We could be looking at another PlayBack. It's another PlayBack wall, right? Another PlayBack loss, right? I'm sure they lost last week. Or am I tripping? I might be tripping. Yeah, it was the comeback story of a year.
But the interesting thing that this will cause us as well, if we take a quick peek at the standings, going into this game, we've got Cursed Tides 5-3, PlayBack 5-2, Odyssey 4-3. So if Odyssey win this game, we have a 3-way tie for second.
Oh my god. And Odyssey being the team that, like, in all due respect, probably wasn't rated that highly coming into the team in season. I think GGL and Big rated the game. If he does lose, he might be a bit sad. But like, this team, not really on paper. Like, they have Rack, they have some good pieces, but it was kind of like, oh, how do they put it together? And like, you see, like, their lower elo players are performing pretty well. Dusk's not having a terrible game. Some of his decisions aren't the best, but Kargili having a very solid performance on the Silas. That is a pick that you could really get blasted on, and he's putting in the work. As you can see, Rack top lane, Rack split pushing. He has TP. There's a really good TP ward above the enemy team here.
Yeah, it could be.
And they're just going to wait the side.
No, they're going to take the fight. They're going to take the teleport into the Dragon Pit fight. Going to be started. Kargili stealing away the Nature's Grasp as everyone burns to the ASO. Requiem is thrown down now. It's moving into massive unstoppable force from Yusuf. Finds 3 instant kills onto the team fight. The skies are going to descend on the Odyssey hopes for one triple kill for Hawksbill and the Dragon going to be secured.
They've done it again! They've done it again! They pulled out the Oppenheimer once more! Oh my god!
I do not understand, A, why Rack chose to teleport down to that play, and B, why he chose to teleport into the pit.
Yeah.
If you teleport to the mid lane bush ward, it is so much better of a flank than the Dragon teleport.
As soon as he TP'd, you could see the way, like, PlayBack had used the Maokai ult. They had a Malphite. They had Maokai. They had used the Maokai ult. They had everyone else. As we'll see another fight.
We're gonna see another fight, and it's going to be Odyssey taking control right back. Kargili picks up one. MDib falling. Hawksbill going to join his brother in death as Chasm can only watch.
Yep. It's the Game of Throws.
It's the Game of Throws, ladies and gentlemen.
As they even up the gold, they say, nah, sorry guys, you can have your gold lead back. But yeah, coming back to your point, Rack could have taken tier 2. He didn't take tier 2 in the end, and he could probably force an inhib there, and he forces the Malphite to answer him. Forces someone to go back and answer him, and you can probably just give the Drake.
You don't have to fight that Dragon. You can stall for time. You can maybe delay a few backs, and maybe Rack gets the inhib. Maybe he only gets the inhib tower. But surely, playing the objective play there rather than flipping a fight has to be the angle.
But this is the funny thing. Rack would have just split pushed if that was
Rack,
solo
here
queue.
he goes again. He's just gonna dive himself away and blast cone to safety.
Old Rack would have just split pushed and said, "Fuck my team." But Rack's a changed man. He's coming
We're
to help the
changing
boys.
him. So,
He's coming to help the boys, and even though it's good, it was the worst option.
You know that like meme about people who are always like, "Oh, but I can fix him." You know,
I
like,
can change him. Yeah.
Yeah. That is what UNL is currently doing to Rack. We're fixing him, guys. We're doing it.
But the thing is, in that play, you don't want him fixed. You want
No,
the old,
exactly.
old Rack
You
back.
want the old Rack back.
But yeah, we come back in 2k gold lead over to ODY, and Rack has a Triforce now. He has his Herald, and like he's gonna go for that turret. You know where he's going. As Yusuf.
Yeah, he doesn't.
The recall.
He doesn't want to interact with the Shyvana. I don't think he can.
The thing is, I don't think
as well.
it was just the fact that he had the flank, and I saw a Maokai and I saw a Radiant Soul leaning up there. There was a chance for a 3 collapse on top. To shut down the Shyvana, and like if you can just shut down the Shyvana before she can drop that Herald, you'd be in a good spot here. But doesn't look like it. It looks like they're just gonna hang around mid and just pray for Vince to get farm, get their Radiant Soul head, and Rack's dropping that Herald now.
Yeah,
and
that's gonna finish off the tower.
Rack can just force Yusuf to fight him here. MDiv is shadowing though, so it's only gonna get 1 turret. So it's not gonna be as bad as it could have been. And PlayBack, they have pretty good wave clear in the Karthus and the Radiant Soul, so they can hold this outer turret. They're trying to hold this tier 1 outer mid, which is really good, which is a good turret to hold. Provides you a lot more, like, doesn't allow them to get that far into your jungle. But they've only taken 1 turret on the opposite side, and I think they're just playing for team fights. They're trying for gold to wait for objectives and play around those, because I think that's where they can win this game. They just need to hit wombo combos.
And now that we seem to have a little bit of a lull in the action, we are on the Infernal Rift. Infernal Soul could become a big factor in this game. And I mean, every champion in this game really benefits from the Infernal Soul as well.
It's a soul for literally every champion. Like, I don't think you can't tell me there's a bad champion from it.
I think it's probably the best soul in the game.
Yeah. As you can see, they're grouping up now. PlayBack, they're coming in to get this vision. As Rack's gonna walk over reward, they know that there's 5 men next to him. He needs to, he knows. Yeah, he's put that control ward down. He sees the Aurelion, so he knows he gets collapsed on. As Kargili's gonna be the one to go over to the top lane and split push and play for a 1v1. And I think this is a good call. He has TP. He can. I think if you're Silas, you want to save TP. But Rack can come up from this boss side, and they can force on this mid turret. They get mid push, you get mid power, you can walk back down, but.
Yeah, Hawksbill though, gonna dive forward.
Trying to force a fight here.
Judgy Rocks will get himself stunned up as the smoke screen comes down. Big encore.
It's happened
It's a
again!
massive knock-up from Yusuf. They find the wombo combo. It's another double kill for the Graves. Rack joins with the TP, but he runs tail between his legs. Sleepy Twink gonna be chasing down with the Skies Flight, whatever the Aurelion Sol abilities are called, I don't know. And Rack's gonna try for a Miracle Steal, but you feel it just not going to be able to happen.
Yeah, and if I don't know why you're TPing there again from Rack. Like, the fight was lost. He's just gonna turn.
Yeah, he's gonna turn. He's looking for Hawksbill, but no. The execution from the Aurelion Soul. Teleport was forced out, actually, interestingly, from Yusuf, just to go and defend Kargili in the top side.
Like, the thing is, I respect Kargili there. I think maybe he just wasn't looking that well, but he kind of looked like he just said, "Oh yeah, that fight's lost. I'm just gonna push this top wave." You didn't get anything from it really, but it caused that pressure on the top side, and Rack could have just carried on pushing bot. Like, just play on those side lanes, man.
Yeah.
As we do have a bit of a almost trophying happening in the mid lane with little Kezim and his god. I think Judgy's gonna have to flash.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Judgy flops. Judgy flops. No.
I don't want to go that far. I think he's.
He's not. He's just Judgy right now. He's just Judgy.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's about as middling as a game gets for Judgy. How many? Can we get a quick stack check in on the Aurelion Soul?
Yeah, let me have a good look for you, my friend. He's 316, and he has the big ult. So that means the next team fight, I have become death has appeared. As I mean, like I said before that fight happened, I said they need to hit the wombo combos. We saw it in the first fight. We just saw it again there, and now the wombo combo's even bigger with the Aurelion Soul larger ult. I don't know. I can't remember. The Skies Descend Mark II. As Dusk, I think, has been caught out here.
Yeah, Hawksbill diving forward. The Nature's Grasp thrown down, but flashed away from by Dusk. Subjugate was also thrown out, so it is a trade of ultimates mid lane for jungle. Kargili stealing away the Unstoppable Force as well. Could be a very important one.
They could be caught here.
Look at Rack though in the bot lane.
Yeah, they need to stall. The Carnival's going to come down.
Yeah, Requiem thrown out, delaying any potential recalls. The Unstoppable Force lands onto 2, but there's no one in range to follow up. Nuts is the only survive, but the Skies descend, and they are wiping out the Odyssey hopes. The journey ends here, you would imagine, for the Odyssey lineup as Baron on the cards for PlayBack, but Rack in the top lane going to be forcing a couple of resets, going to be looking to take an inhib here.
Yeah, he can just probably get that inhib without caring about the Malphite. The Malphite doesn't have ult. But that play comes from Yusuf just finding the angle, seeing the Seraphine, seeing the nut, seeing nuts.
Is the nut? Are you okay, bro?
I'm down bad. But only line like has. But he sees them. He knows there's no flashes, so he's gonna vibe check the Ezreal real quick. Seraphine's gonna get hit no matter what. He vibe checks Ezreal. Nuts doesn't like jump away quick enough, and it's just over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Jova.
They're dead.
You could say it's Jova with a Malphite hurling himself forward.
But yeah, we have to. But now we come to this game with the Baron and the gold lead. It's only 3k. It's a 3k swing. They did lose the bot in hit. But Raki is now just saying, you know what? Screw my team. I'm going back topside. As Big Boy's crushing mid, but they're grouping and they're probably just looking. Maybe they can force a fight to look to end here. They've got Infernal Soul in 130. There's Kargili. I don't think you wanted to take that.
Yeah, diving forward does have the Aurelion Soul Ultimate Soul, and it will be thrown down. It's double Oppenheimer. I didn't know they gave the enemy nukes as well. As Dusk gonna find the only kill of the engage, but the tower will drop.
I think Kargili ulted his own team for a second. I
don't think
that hit anyone, but they still killed the Malphite.
I mean, hey, it checks out, right? They did get nuked twice, so.
But they're looking to run him back. The whole break is in for Rack, and Rack he's looking for Hawksbill before this soul fight comes up.
Yeah, I don't know
Rack is just dying.
Oh my god! I was about to say I don't know if he wins that 1v1. Hawksbill very clearly answered that question for us. Soul on the table in about 40 seconds.
Graves putting the dragon in the dirt. Dragon Slayer Vayne, I think Graves is better. With his double-barreled shotgun, took him out back and slayed him. But that means that should be Infernal Soul. Unless Dusk comes up with some insane steal, I'm coping, because it's not gonna happen.
Might be coping. PlayBack have control of the river. And into this team comp, man, if the enemy team have control of the river, how do you walk in? We said it at the start.
It's like pre-game. We said it pre-game. You see Dusk is suffering. The little cats are running around and blowing up on him. As they're setting up a pick here, this could be a big flash.
Death Brush, the Skies descend once again, and Judgy Rocks is eviscerated. His jungler falls in very quickly.
Okay!
We're going to see a flash Unstoppable Force onto Nuts from Yusuf. Going to try and find the Ezreal. But has he dove too far forward? Nature's Grasp going to be thrown down by the Silas. And Rack will pick up the Malphite yet again. Soul should still be claimed here for PlayBack, but Odyssey looking for some kind of comeback play.
Yeah, and I don't really know how they're going to find it. I think they just need to Inshallah and Rack on the side lane now. I think they're in such an awkward situation. And the thing about that fight was Hawker was just flashing into the Seraphine's face just so he can get the auto attack off. Like, I'm just Giga Chad, you're dead. Like, I love that from Hawksbill. And yeah, like we said pre-game as well, if Hawksbill decides I can win this game, he's just going to win this game.
Yeah, he has decided.
Let's see a bait pink come out for stealing the Raptors.
I mean, hey man, I know we're saying Hawksbill has decided he just wants to win this game, but shout outs to Chasm as well. 7-0-9
Chasm
on the ASOL.
Very solid laning performance. Didn't put a foot wrong. There was like that fight where it got a bit hairy, but he got out, and then just ever since then he just does the business. You know, he knows when to ult. His ults are pretty good.
Yeah.
As a Rack he's in Shalaring, but he might be dead.
No. Yeah, he does have the Dragon's Descent to get himself away to safety, and a Blast Cone will assist
I don't think he
Oh
gets
yeah,
out.
no, there's 4 people. Yeah, he probably dies.
The dragon versus the dragon. Okay, he gets out.
Matchup for the ages. Dragon versus Dragon is Judgy Rocks.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god! sorry.
911. We'd like to report a murder.
I think there was a spectator bug there because I could have sworn there was a Seraphine on the screen.
I think there's an extra. He's just doing the show. He's
spelling the 1 for 1. It's a drive-by.
Oh my god. Love it when Playback do some crazy stuff in these games.
As Kargili unstoppable forcing away from the 2 tanks on the Playback lineup. Yusuf now under fire from Dusk, but I don't really know how much Trundle can get done here. Dances between the towers, and Yusuf just going to clear the way. But what are we watching? What is going on?
The slight issue with the deaths there, the one for Kezim, is that they couldn't really move to like get the Baron or anything, so it kind of stalls the game out slightly, and the shutdown went over to Ezreal. So they don't lose a lot, but it's just like that slight caveat where it slows the game down a little bit. And ODY, they can keep getting like 1-for-1 picks like that. I don't think it's gonna hurt them. But I can't get over just how quickly that Seraphine was eviscerated.
I'm convinced, man. There was never a Seraphine on the screen. It's a
there
was never a Seraphine on the screen. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, guys. Like, some things are just faked, and that Seraphine on my screen was just faked. I'm convinced.
One thing I do love that Playback are doing this game, especially Hawksbill, is that he's the one that's going to match where Rack is, and then he has like another teammate shadowing. Well, he knows the rest of his team, they can space and zone control like rivers and stuff, and then he just moves over later. Now, obviously, it's a lot of wards in this pit, but they're just saying, you know what, screw it, we're just gonna go straight to this Baron. Rack is gonna try to backdoor, I think.
Yeah, and
will come through.
Requiem gonna come down, and oh my word, Dusk is annihilated. Meteorite dropped onto his head. The rest of the Odyssey trying to delay the backs. Here comes the Requiem, the reverse Requiem, which is gonna buy a little bit of time.
I think that's just to get Rack out of the base. I don't think there's anything else.
Well, hey, if that was again with the Seraphine, Hawksbill, annihilation. Surviving barely as Rack will pick this one up. No, yes, maybe so. Well, will he? No. He lives. Is he alive? Oh my god, Yusuf with the saves on the Malphite Nuts doing what he can. Hawksbill's back up at full HP. So I don't... Oh. Okay, man. Okay, man.
My boy's got my back.
Okay, man.
If you come for the king, you better bring back up because it's over, man.
I think that's just game.
Oh my!
On double-digit health, hits Gromp a couple of times, is back on 2/3 as we get to see Vin's get shut down here. But it's Odyssey's hopes that are truly on the receiving end of a shutdown. The Skies Descend will not be coming through, but they are going to descend on the hopes of Odyssey for tying for second place. And the Fountain Dive going to come through there. The Skies do descend. Rack picks up a double. Are they? They're going to end, right? Okay. Hawksbill is going to hit the next.